Yo, what is up, everybody? It's Peace. Welcome to another video. I just got second place at locals, 4 rounds. We had 21 players, but it ended up working out that it was just 4 rounds with 60 card Horus Adventure Bystial Danger Thunder Dragon deck. All right, so I'm gonna get into the profile. So the first engine is the Horus engine. So 3 SETI, 1 Happy, and 2 King Sarcophagus. You're drawing a lot of cards in your deck, so you actually see this package a lot, which is really nice because it gives you 2 bodies to either make Saryuja with or one of your rank 8s. Next up is the Adventure package. Since we're playing 60, we're playing a very heavy Adventure package, and it actually comes up. So 3 Water Enchantress, 3 Rite of Aramesir, 2 Fateful Adventure. In tournament, I actually was activating the first effect of Fateful to draw, or not to draw, to search the equip spell, and it got Ghost Ogred. So then I activated the second one from my hand, and I was able to resolve the effect to search a monster, which was really broken. So that was pretty cool. 1 Draco back, 1 Griffin, and we do play the 1 Illegal Knight just as an extra extender. It's decent. Also, to supplement this engine, we play Foolish Burial. Obviously, you can play Foolish Burial for other stuff, like you can dump other things. But it's really good to dump Water Enchantress so you can start your Adventure combo, protect the rest of your plays, or just to put 2 bodies on board. Next up, the Bystial engine. This engine's really strong. It puts a body on board, and it gives you Lubellion, which can access your branded spells and traps. But in addition to that, it's also a light target, which sometimes you need lights to pop with Levianeer's effect. I actually needed to get out a Lubellion in tournament in order to get it to the graveyard for me to be able to use the Levianeer's destruction effect. So that was really broken. We play 1 of each of the good names. So Magnamut, Druisworm, Soraneer, and Baldrake. So really strong. And then the 1 main deck target that we have is the Branded Regained for the Lubellion. We side the other one, though. Next up, the Danger package. So we're on 60, so we play a lot of Dangers. 1 Jackalope, 1 Tsuchinoko, 1 Chupacabra, 1 Mothman, 3 Danger Nessie, and 1 Bigfoot. The Bigfoot's just utility. The Nessie's the only good one that you can play 3 of, because these are at 1. But yeah, you just use the rest as utility. I like that package a lot. Next up, the Thunder Dragon package. We did cut it down. So just 1 Roar, 1 Dark, and 1 Hawk. Next up, the Dragon package. So, the best normal summon in the game, Black Metal Dragon. This does so much by itself. It puts 2 bodies on board at minimum, but it can get you regained. It can do so many things for you. So just a lot of different things in the deck. Put 2 bodies on board, and you're trying to turbo out Saryuja. And this with Saryuja just really makes for some strong boards because you can bring it back. And since its search effect is not once per turn, you can search 3 or 4 times, sometimes 5 times in a turn with this. I think in tournament I searched 4 times with this card. You have 2 search targets, the Red Eyes Darkest Metal Dragon, and then the Meteor Dragon. So you can put this back with Saryuja and then search it again, and then do that again with your next Saryuja. Like, it's really funny. But yeah, this is a nice extender, and then you guys know that this can special summon anything from grave or hand. So that's really nice. 1-for-1 is a really good way to get it out of your deck. But you have a couple other targets for your 1-for-1, but very broken one of. We also play the Dragon Ravine that you can search off of Romulus when you're using your Red Eyes Darkest Metal to bring back your Black Metal Dragon. So that's really useful. You can dump Soraneer, which dumps Lubellion, which contribute over this to give you your access to your regained, and you have the Romulus and Bystial Lubellion all from your normal summon, and you can just go off from there. Next up, some of the bigger dragons. We do play Chaos Dragon Levianeer and Darkest Diablosis. So we did cut down the Levianeers, and we don't play the prize card anymore, the Chaos Emperor Dragon. But we do still play the Chaos Space. The reason for cutting that package down is that if you just draw too many high-level monsters, it's a brick and you can't play it all. But this is just really strong. Chaos Space is usually live. You can search your dark target, which is Levianeer, or your light targets, which is your Lubellion. More dragons, Brotar, just really good utility. And I did decide to play Noctovision Dragon. This card was great all day, special summoning itself, and then drawing a free card. It didn't come up to protect any back row, but there is the secret broken ability of this to banish itself from the graveyard to protect your back row from your opponent. I did play Magician's Soul still. I did cut down the Illusion of Chaos just to 1 because it's just not useful to have 2. And it is actually technically another Chaos-based target. If you have an extra Lubellion or a Gamma that you don't need, you can get rid of it with Chaos-based to give you your Illusion of Chaos or your Levianeer. Next up, some of the funnier ones. Rescue Ferret. I believe I did resolve this once in tournament. Essentially, you use Saryuja's effect to summon it, and then you shuffle it back into the deck to summon 3 monsters, which gives you your next Saryuja for free. Usually one of them is the Black Metal, and then another one is the Water Enchantress. So you not only get access to your Dragon package, but also to your Adventure package as well. I did opt to play 1 Gen and 1 Ken. So this is essentially in order to rip your opponent's hand. We play some cards later on that I can show you that help with that. But if you draw into this, you can summon it. I thought about playing Rhoda to search these, but I was drawing Rhoda after I already resolved these in testing. But essentially, you try to get to this one, summon it off Saryuja, then summon Gen to your opponent's field, and Gen makes your opponent discard a card. So that's 1 less card in their hand. And since they control a monster and activated a monster effect in that turn, your Thrust actually can search any of your powerful 1-ofs or search your talents to look at their hand and shuffle back the strongest card. Then you can clean up with Levianeer and Diablosis to rip 2 more cards. So ideally, even if you don't get hand trapped, you're ripping 4 cards from your opponent's hand, and this can usually play through hand traps. So if they hand trap you and you can get to that somehow 4-card hand rip combo, they're starting their turn with 1 card, which is absolutely insane. You already win at that point. We do play Gamma and Driver, so if we get ashed or drolled, I've had this in my hand and I was using search effects, but my opponent never had ash or droll for me to resolve this. But you do have to play a brick for the Red Eyes Meteor Dragon. So I choose to play Driver, and so you might as well just play Gamma. And then the last 2 1-ofs, I did play a Monster Reborn. I opted to play this over another Danger monster because this just has a bunch of utility, and you can just out things with this. And then finally in the main deck, Called by the Grave, because Droll and Lockbird hurts that much. I'm playing Called by the Grave in a Danger deck. So that's the main deck, 60 cards, of course. Let's go ahead and take a look at the next portion, which is the extra deck. So, token for the Adventure package. Next up, we still play the Colossus and the Trishul Effusion. So this Trishul Effusion can actually get into this Colossus really strong. You get to see your opponent's extra deck and rip a card from it and banish a card off the top of their deck. And then Colossus says you can't search, and it's really hard to destroy. These 2 were great on my end board. I don't know if I recorded that match, but yeah, it was really strong. Next up, shout out to Rarity Collection. I got an ultra rare Hope Harbinger now, so that's really cool for redirecting attacks and negating spells. And then our other rank 8 target is Zombie Vampire, just to try and plus. There's some things that you can mill that can really give you some advantage. But I noticed that it wasn't as strong as I was hoping it to be, so I might cut this card for something else if I decide to play this deck in the future. Next up, the rest is Link monsters. So we play 1 Striker Dragon, 1 Pisty, 1 Heavenly Spheres, 1 Romulus. Then we have the IP and SP Little Knight. Then we have the Apollosa. Now, one of the major changes to this extra deck is we are not playing 2 Saryuja anymore. We are playing 3 Saryuja. Yeah, you're resolving all 3, and you're just drawing your entire deck. So it doesn't even matter that you're playing 60. Last card is, whoa, jump scare. It is the Underworld Goddess. Next up, and finally, we do have the side deck. I opted to play 3 Delta. There's very powerful spells in this format that do full combo. So if you draw this, you can negate it. You're already playing Driver anyway, so that just gets the Driver out of your deck, and you negate one of their powerful spells, and hopefully they can't play, which is really nice. Next, 3 Droll and Lockbird. You're playing a deck that loses to Droll and Lockbird, and you know how powerful it is. I decided to play Droll and Lockbird over Nib, because at least I can normal summon this if I have to. But yeah, this can just stop turns, which is really nice. Back row decks, heavy Harpy's Feather Duster, and then 3 Forbidden Droplet. Board clearers, we have 3 evenly matched, which was really crazy. I actually drew this. I forgot what matchup it was, but I drew it. It was amazing. I got to banish their whole field. I forgot what they kept, though. And then we have the Branded Beast. This is the other target for Lubellion that you can just activate it from your deck. I got to use this in tournament to be able to pop stuff. I think I was against you, Bell, for that match. And then finally, 1 anti-spell in the main deck, or in the side deck, so that you can bring it in and floodgate your opponent when you draw it. So that was the second place deck profile. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Subscribe for more.